plastered to receivers long enough, and sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. Here's 2nd and 1 now from the 7. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Javonte Williams, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. Now a play fake here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Didn't have the greatest field position to start, did they? And now after this sack, it's way, way worse.
And right off the bat, first play of the game. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll send a receiver in motion left. They'll look to throw now on first down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. The Lions at 2-6 now on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And that last throw right there putting him already over 3,000 passing yards now for the campaign.
And given where we are in the season, Brandon, you have to think to yourself, if he stays healthy, I think 4,000's a given. I think 5,000 is not out of the question if he stays hot.
Back to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. 4-4, their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we've wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
This time Wilson will throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. To throw is Wilson. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
On 4th down, Matt Araiza sent on to punt.
He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you cut.
He's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Dancing to his left. The 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
Another big play as they get 28 out of that one.
And that's a nice throw right there. And I'll tell you what I've seen in recent times and actually watched a presentation in the offseason from a college offensive coordinator that showed about 10 different drills that he runs with his quarterbacks to show them how to get out of the pocket, how to get comfortable when they're doing so, and to make plays under that type of duress. That's an example of what we're seeing in the colleges delivered to the NFL.
First carry for DeAndre Swift.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. After 1, 7-0 on the... Sports. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Swift is into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions. So he had the nice run to get him down there. Was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
Dan Campbell makes the call. His guys will go for 2 here. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. So why go for that there? First half, you could have tied the game at 7. Why try to get the lead?
Feels like an analytics call, doesn't it? That's starting to really get into the game where they're studying where you can make extra points and the whole deal and, get an advantage. But I don't know that we have enough data yet to really say this is the right play or the wrong play. Maybe in 2 or 3 more NFL seasons.
Could change.
Exactly. 2 or 3 more NFL seasons, I think we'll have a much better study and much better case of what we're going to do.
So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at the 41-yard line. They go play action with Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Wilson. He finds Ross, right side, it's complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. They go play action now. Wilson. This one swung out to Williams. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Again, Wilson. Catch is made by Arcega-Whiteside. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. Wilson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And the Lions are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead. Well, partner, I mean, if anybody was still questioning whether or not he had an NFL caliber arm, I think you can toss that right out the window. That was a heck of a throw right there.
I would agree totally. Question it no more. This rookie, big-time throw right there. Great poise, stepped up, trusted he could lay it in there perfectly, and he knew that his guy was going to make the catch on the other end. Nice collaboration.
And that is caught for the 2 points. And I guess that makes up for the earlier missed 2-point try here to get him to 14.
Yeah, that aggressiveness, it reminds me a lot of when basketball first adopted the three-point shot. And people were starting to realize that 3 for 2 was really starting to work for them. In this case now, maybe the 2 for 1 is coming into play in the NFL.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
To throw again on second down. Wilson. He finds the speedster Ross. That's complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Play action. Now Wilson. Out to his left. That'll be caught. It's Rager. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That's good for 28 yards.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
To throw again is Wilson. He'll get this right back to Rager. Touchdown! Jalen Rager, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Broncos are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Takes it at the 7. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to see all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. They'll look to throw here on first down. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 38-yard line. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Got his man. It's Williams. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 26. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos are going to have it here just past the 25.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
2nd and 7.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. From the 29, Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Ross. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down.
Looking for Ross again. He finds him again.
Give him 4 yards there, and that should be the final play of this first half. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
This one taken just inside the 10.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. Taking it right down Broadway. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. And they're going to get the two-point conversion. This one's caught. And it stretches their lead up to 8. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities, and this is a good one right in front of them.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they've brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine.
Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 37 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. After the sack on 1st down, Wilson.
He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okuebu now. Look at the big man rumble.
Touchdown, Broncos. Albert O, 44 yards.
And the Broncos have cut the lead back down to 2.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. Wilson going to throw for it. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
A 3rd quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe 1st or 2nd, you don't. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to I don't like to chase a lot of points, but I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this 2nd half.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2.
He's got this complete to Williams. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
Third quarter of a 2-point game, a good one so far. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Going to throw right side here, complete. Touchdown, Detroit! A great play there. 44 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes this a 9-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper and a first down.
When teams have a tough time running the ball, as this one has throughout this game, it's so easy to just say, forget it, let's throw the football. But that's exactly why you stay with the running game. Eventually, you stick with it, you make some adjustments, you often find ways to run the ball better as the game goes on.
On first down, Wilson. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Wilson to throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown. Albert Okwuegbunam. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Broncos have cut it back within a score. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead is down to 2. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Fielded right around the 8. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. They'll send a receiver in motion left. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season. And add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. After the interception, here's Wilson. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And the Lions are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. The last drive for this offense, Charles, you remember it ended in one play, that quick interception, but they do still have the lead as they start this drive here.
And that's something to focus on for them as well, because it's not quite no harm, no foul. But the interception, hey, shake it off, move on. Hasn't cost your team the lead, and now it's time to rebound. And the quarterback and his teammates, they can add to the lead with a good drive here.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And a diving effort, but only right at the line of scrimmage. First target, first catch, and a first down.
And not all spectacular catches are the result of a pass that maybe was not thrown quite right. Sometimes it's thrown in the perfect spot, and you have to just go get it. And he did that right there.
No fear there in the middle of the field. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw here. Flushed out right. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football.
Partner, have you ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. He keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And smartly going into the slide there, Wilson has enough for the first. So both offenses come to life here in this third quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Because his primary job is defending against the pass, you don't often see a cornerback making tackles in the backfield. But he's playing run all the way here.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 2nd and 12, Wilson will get this to his running back, Calais. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
He's going to have the hook up to Ross.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
I'm actually looking at this play with defensive eyes here, partner, because they were still laser focused on him after his earlier exploits on this drive. I think they went back to the well just a little bit too soon. He got across the line of scrimmage, but they certainly weren't giving up much more than that.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon.
And the Broncos have taken a 4th quarter lead.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead is up to 5. After the made field goal, Badgley back out there for the kickoff.
Takes it at the 7. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with him.
Williams, a man in motion right. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away down to the ground and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
picked by Tracy Walker. And the Lions are right back in this football game. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Swift going to try up the middle. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. He'll look to throw. He's got it to Williams. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Whitehead. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Back to throw. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Goes out left, it's caught by Williams. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 17-yard line. He's back to throw. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the Broncos have just about sewn up this football game. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They begin the drive with Williams. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of. But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.